The Kraft Foods Company, makers of Kraft Quality Foods, presents Harold Perry as the Great Gildersleeve. Tonight is our next-to-last chance to tell you about Gildy's Blade, the sensational knife spatula that you can get through Parquet Margarine at a sensational saving. Have paper and pencil ready for our next announcement. In the meantime, remember, Parquet is the margarine that always tastes so good because it's always fresh. That's P-A-R-K-A-Y. Parquet Margarine, made by Kraft. Get some tomorrow. Well, it's a bright April morning in Summerfield. Out of the great Gildersleeve's house, there's a pleasant hum of springtime activity. Bertie's washing clothes. Marjorie's cleaning up her room. Leroy's cleaning up his room. All the little wheels busily turning. And the big wheel? Well, he's rolling around keeping an eye on things.
Yes, sir. Everybody happily at work. What a great little family. Beautiful day. By George, I'll bet if I opened this window, I could see a robin down in the backyard. Huh? Oh, hello. The magic of spring. A birdie carrying a laundry basket. Wonder how the children are getting along. Marjorie.
In here, Uncle Mort. Come on in.
Well, cleaning up your little room, are you?
Just straightening things around.
Well, good. Yeah. Smells nice. Bet you got some new perfume.
No, I'm moth-proofing the closet.
Oh. Pleasant, though. You know, my dear, you've made your room quite attractive.
Well, thank you, Unky.
Ruffled skirt on the dressing table, little skirts on the lampshades. Nice for a girl.
It's a lovely room. I'm going to miss it when I leave.
When you leave?
Well, after Bronco and I are married. It won't be long, Unky. The 10th of May. We're going to find a little apartment.
10th of May. A little over a month.
It seems like a dream.
Yeah, certainly does. You know, my dear, simply because you're being married doesn't mean you have to go away. You and Bronco are perfectly welcome to stay here.
Oh, I know, Unky.
In fact, you can have this very room, Marjorie. Of course, Bronco might object to some of the ruffles, but that's easily fixed. You'd have a skirt on one lamp and trousers on the other. His and hers. Yeah.
You're sweet, Uncle Mort, but there just isn't room enough in here for two people.
Now, wait, my dear.
Well, look at this closet. There's barely room for my clothes. Where would I put Bronco's wardrobe?
Well, from what I've seen of Bronco's wardrobe, he wears it during the day and kicks it under the dresser at night.
Oh, Unky.
And you could manage, couldn't you, for a while?
No, Uncle Mort, the room just isn't large enough. You don't feel badly about me leaving, do you?
Oh, no.
I have to go, Unky. I'm meeting Bronco. He'll be here for dinner tonight.
Yeah, fine. I don't know why she's worried about having room up here for Bronco. He's always at the dinner table.
Hey, Unc!
Yes, Leroy, what is it?
Will you come in and help me catch Elmer?
What's this?
Elmer, my pet turtle. He's under the bed and I can't get him out.
Well, leave him there. Get the rest of this room straightened up, young man. Look at this mess. Everything on the floor. How do you walk through it?
I step over it.
Oh, goodness. Let's get these clothes off the floor, Leroy. Hang things up.
Where am I going to hang them? The hooks in my closet are loaded.
Well, there must be some place besides the middle of the floor.
Under the bed?
No.
Hey, I got an idea, Unc. When Marge gets married, I can have her room.
Marjorie's room?
Sure, and then Elmer can have this one.
Elmer. Is that all it means to you, Leroy, your sister getting married and leaving us, that you can have a room for that turtle?
Well?
Wait a minute. Your room and Marjorie's are adjoining. I could take out part of the wall.
Which wall?
Between the rooms. Certainly, I could make a dandy apartment out of it.
For me and Elmer?
For Bronco and Marjorie.
Oh.
That would give them plenty of room, Leroy. They can have their own apartment right here in the house with us. By George, that's the answer.
Yeah, but what about me? I'm getting robbed.
You're not getting robbed, my boy. You can have the den downstairs for your room.
No kidding?
No kidding.
Gee, that'll be keen. Right next to the kitchen. I can almost lean out of bed and open the icebox.
At the rate you're growing up, Leroy, you can lean out of bed and open the garage doors. Good morning, Bessie.
Oh, good morning, Mr. Gildersleeve.
What's the matter, Bessie? Weren't you expecting me?
Well, I was expecting somebody. Must have been you.
Oh, my goodness. I'm a little late this morning, Bessie. Anything happen in the office?
No, sir.
Any mail?
No, sir.
Any calls?
No, sir.
Didn't anything happen?
I don't know. I just got here.
Yep. Bessie?
I guess we were both late, weren't we?
Yes, yes. I have a very important job to do this morning, Bessie. Get me a big piece of paper and sharpen a couple of pencils.
Yes, sir. Here's some paper.
Fine.
I'll sharpen a pencil for you.
Now you're clicking. Bessie. Bessie. Bessie?
Yes, sir.
Give me that pencil. Or what's left of it.
Yes, sir.
An eraser with a lead on it.
Are you going to write something, Mr. Gildersleeve?
No, I'm going to draw some plans, Bessie. I'm going to convert 2 of our upstairs bedrooms into a little apartment.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Well, now that Marjorie's getting married, a little apartment is all you need.
Bessie, the little apartment is for Marjorie and Bronco. You're probably too young to understand, Bessie, but a man likes to keep his little family together as long as he can.
I understand. I think.
Now, let's see. I'll draw this out here. By George, when Bronco and Marjorie see how I'm going to fix up those rooms, they'll never think of leaving. Now, this square is Marjorie's room, and this square is Leroy's room.
It's going to be pretty dark in there.
Huh?
No windows.
Well, yes, but...
No door either.
Oh, I give up.
Quite a problem, isn't it?
Never mind, Bessie. I'm going out.
Yes, sir. Any place in particular?
If you must know, I'm going out to the pumping plant to see old Uncle Charlie Anderson. I need a carpenter on this job, and he's a jack of all trades. See you later, Bessie.
Bye. If his name is Charlie Anderson, I wonder why they call him Jack.
Uncle Charlie will do this for me. Sure he will. He likes Marjorie. Likes me, too. He just never done anything to show it. Charlie!
What you want?
Come outside a minute, Charlie. I'd like to talk to you.
I ain't got time.
Time. Sitting over there on a box chewing on a nail. Hey, Charlie!
Oh, quit your bellering. I'm coming.
Thought I'd come out and see you, Charlie. How are things in the pumping plant?
I keep it a-going.
So I see. The pump looks fine.
It's falling apart. Needs a new snifter valve. When are you going to get a new snifter valve, Gildersleeve?
Well, I'll order one the first thing in the morning. Come on outside, Charlie. What I really came to talk to you about, Uncle Charlie, you're a carpenter, aren't you?
Well, that's a silly question.
Well, are you?
Said I was, didn't I?
Oh, brother.
What do you want carpentered?
Well, you know Marjorie and Bronco Thompson are getting married.
What do they want a carpenter for?
Yeah. Wait a minute, Charlie. I want you to make 2 of our upstairs bedrooms into an apartment for Marjorie and Bronco. Sort of an inducement to keep them at home.
You going to be in the house, too?
Certainly.
It'll take something to keep them there. When do you want it did?
What?
I said, when do you want it did?
Right away.
Today?
Just as soon as you can get to it, Charlie. They're being married the 10th of May.
All right, I'll get over there first of the week.
Fine. Good old Charlie.
Anything else?
No, that's all.
All right, then, go on and beat it. I don't allow no loafers around the pumping plant.
Loafers? Now, just a minute. I am the water commissioner.
Water commissioner? Worst kind of a loafer.
Charlie!
Miss Gildersleeve! Miss Gildersleeve!
Yeah, I'm coming, Bertie.
Dinner's all on the table.
Fine. Marjorie and Bronco here?
Yes, sir. Everybody's at the table.
Good. Leroy and I have a surprise for him. I think you'll be happy to know, Bertie, that I'm going to fix the rooms upstairs so Marjorie and Bronco can live with us after they're married.
Oh, that'll be nice.
Yeah. We have to keep our little family together, Bertie. Well, good evening, children.
Hello, Unky.
Oh, good evening, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Hello, Bronco. Don't get up.
How are you this evening, Mr. Gildersleeve?
Fine. Don't think we can shake hands the full length of the table, can we? Oop. Made it. Brother, what an arm.
How's everything, Unc?
Huh? What's that, my boy?
You know.
Oh, yes. Fine. I'm glad you're with us this evening, Bronco.
Well, it's always a pleasure to be in your house, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Yeah, glad to hear it.
Go ahead, Unc. Spring it.
Just eat your pineapple and cottage cheese, Leroy. I'll take care of this.
What's going on, Unky?
Going on? Well, as I said, I'm glad that you and Bronco are having dinner with us tonight. I have a little news for you.
News?
News?
Yeah, news.
You know, Bronco, I think a great deal of Marjorie, and a great deal of you, too.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. I mean, and though I'm very happy that you two are going to be married, the thought of losing Marjorie has caused me considerable sadness.
But, Unky...
Now, wait, my dear.
Yeah, keep your shirt on.
Leroy? I'll come to the point. Since it would cost you two quite a bit to go out and rent an apartment, I worked out a little arrangement. I'm converting Leroy and Marjorie's rooms into an apartment upstairs, that after you're married, you can move in here, and we'll all be together. Now, what do you think of that? Well, what do you think?
Gee, don't just sit there.
Marjorie? Bronco?
Uncle Mort, it's very kind of you.
Mr. Gildersleeve, we're grateful to you, but we can't accept your offer.
You can't accept...
Oh, for corn's sake.
We have to have a place of our own, Unky.
But Marjorie...
We have to be independent, Mr. Gildersleeve. We're not going to sponge off our relatives.
You won't be sponging. I want you here.
I'm sorry, Unky.
We have to stand on our own feet, Mr. Gildersleeve.
All right. Excuse me, children.
Yeah, excuse me, too. Come on, Unc. Let's sit on the front steps. Too bad, Unc.
That Bronco, stubborn kid. Well, I'm not licked yet.
That's the stuff.
Has to stand on his 2 feet, does he? Well, by George, I'll stand on mine, too. My feet are just as big as his.
You said it, Unc.
Leroy?
The great Gildersleeve will be with us again very shortly. This is the next to last time we can tell you on this program about Gildy's Blade, the sensational knife spatula made by Kalan and offered you as a sensational bargain by Parquet Margarine. Thousands have already sent in for this unique kitchen implement. We urge you to get your order in before it's too late. The number of Gildy's blades available is limited. So is the time. So listen carefully. Act promptly. Don't be disappointed. Gildy's blade is unlike anything you can get anywhere else. Think of it. It's more than a knife, more than a spatula. It's both. A fine kitchen knife and an all-purpose spatula all in one handle. One side of the wide, springy 7-inch blade has a lifetime serrated edge for slicing bread, cake, fruits, vegetables. The other side has a hand-honed, razor-keen straight edge for all kinds of cutting. The whole blade is spatula-shaped for mixing, turning, scraping. Overall length is just under a foot, counting the polished imported rosewood handle. Now, you would expect to pay $2 for an implement like this in any store, but Parquet is offering Gildy's blade to you for only 50 cents, plus the label or wrapper from any loaf of bread you buy at your grocer's, and the red end flap from a package of Parquet margarine. Be sure, of course, to include your own name and address. Now merely send your $50, your bread wrapper or label, and your parquet end flap to Kraft Foods Company, Box 5939, Chicago 77, Illinois. That's Kraft Foods Company, Box 5939, Chicago 77, Illinois. Remember, this offer is for a limited time only. Send for Gildy's Blade tomorrow. Well, the great Gildersleeve had it all figured out that Marjorie and Bronco could live at his house after they are married. Only one small hitch developed. Marjorie and Bronco didn't like the idea. This was quite a blow to the great man, but he doesn't give up easily. This morning, he's taking his problem to his old friend, Judge Hooker.
Yeah, the judge should be up by this time. Probably paddling around the bedroom on his rowing machine. Always hate to push this bell. Seems like a signal for the roof to fall in. The judge wasn't up before. I'll bet he is now.
Well, Gildy.
Hello, Judge. You want to oil that up sometime. Hope I didn't awaken you.
No, indeed, old friend. I just having my breakfast. Won't you come in and share my table?
Yeah, thank you. What are we having for breakfast, Judge?
A very healthful menu, Gildy.
Uh-huh.
Rye toast, a coddled egg, and a bottle of Kalac water.
You know, Judge, I think I've already eaten.
Well, you can sit down with me at any rate. What brings you to my lodgings this fine morning?
Well, I have a little problem, Horace.
Oh?
I want Marjorie and Bronco to live at my house after they're married. I'm even making a nice little apartment for them. They just can't see it.
Well, you know how young married couples are.
Well, I'm offering them free rent and free meals. Believe me, with Bronco's appetite, that's a pretty big offer.
I know how you feel, Gildy.
I'm even going to furnish the apartment for them, Judge. I'm going to buy Marjorie a cedar chest and new rugs. They couldn't find a nicer apartment anyplace. Besides, it's good for Leroy to have Marjorie around.
I agree, Gildy. But on the other hand, it's quite commendable that you young people desire to make their own way in the world. That's the kind of determination that built our country. That was the spirit of 76.
After Bronco pays the bills for a few months, he'll look like the spirit of 76.
Now, Gildy.
Judge, I don't want Marjorie to go away from us. What'll the house be like without her? Not coming down to breakfast in the morning. Not there when I come home at night.
Well, it's just one of those things. This is the time when you must think of Marjorie. You want her to be happy, don't you?
Of course I do.
Then there's only one thing for you to do. Will you take my advice?
Well, all right.
You go back to Bronco and Marjorie and help them find an apartment.
What?
Try to forget your own loss, Gildy, and pitch in. Give them your fullest cooperation.
Well, I guess there's nothing else to do.
Of course there isn't. So simply make the best of it. Now, cheer up. Put a smile on your face.
Yeah.
Ah, you can do better than that. Big smile. Spread your mouth. Tilt your corners.
Tilt my corners?
Remember, Gildy, a twinkling eye and a happy countenance are the brooms that sweep the clouds from life's blue sky.
That did it, Judge. I'll take my brooms and go home. Oh, Bertie.
Oh, I didn't see you coming in the back door. How'd you come along, Miss Gildersleeve?
I don't know, Bertie. It's like the children are going to leave us.
Well, don't you worry about Miss Marjorie and Mr. Bronco. If it's to be that they're going to be here, then they're going to be here. If it ain't to be, then they ain't going to be here.
That's right, Bertie.
No need to feel bad, Mr. Gildersleeve, because that's the way it's going to be.
Yes, Bertie.
Or that's the way it ain't going to be.
Yeah, all right, Bertie.
Mr. Gildersleeve, you know how it ain't going to be if it ain't to be?
Yes, Bertie.
That's right. They ain't going to be here.
That's Bertie. I saw Bronco's car in front. He and Marjorie are probably in the parlor. Hello? Anybody home?
Oh, it's Unky.
Yeah.
Oh, come on in, Mr. Gildersleeve. Marge and I were just talking.
Yeah, now, Bronco. You don't have to sit on the newspaper. I know you and Marjorie were looking for apartment ads. Let's let bygones be bygones. Maybe I can help you.
You, Unky?
Sure, why not? I'm a good ad reader. What have you found?
You're swell, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Isn't he wonderful, Bronco?
Yeah.
We found one ad here that sounds great.
You did?
Yeah, listen to this. Furnished apartment, 3 sunny rooms, modern, immaculately clean, $65 a month.
Well, that's not bad. Of course, $65 a month is a lot of money.
We can't find anything for less, Uncle Mort.
Well, if you didn't have to pay any rent, you could save the $65. Someday buy a little house.
Mr. Gildersleeve.
Unky.
I'm not trying to talk you out of it. No, indeed. Where's this apartment located?
It's at the corner of Pittman and Cherry Streets.
Pittman and Cherry. Not a very good neighborhood.
It isn't?
Right next door to the tack factory.
Oh.
Of course, it's all right if you don't mind a few tacks flying around.
No, I guess that'd be out.
Yes, I guess it would.
Now, don't be discouraged. You've just begun. Takes a heap of looking to find a place to live. Well, guess I'll go upstairs and take a little nap.
Oh, Bronco, why don't we go over and look at that apartment on Green Street?
Yeah, that might be an idea. Let's go.
What's this? You going to see an apartment?
Yes, we saw a sign on a place on Green Street.
Oh, good. Why don't the three of us go over?
I thought you were going to take a nap, Unky.
Nap?
No. Let's go see the apartment.
Say, this is nice, Marge. Look at the view from the breakfast room.
Oh, it's lovely.
Well, it's nice now, but they might put a building right next door. I've heard rumors of a tuna fish cannery coming to town.
But the rest of the apartment is nice.
It looks clean.
What's that on the ceiling? A bug?
Bug!
Well, don't pay any attention to a little bug, my dear. Matches the wallpaper. The apartment could be made very attractive.
I don't think I like it.
You don't? You don't?
Oh, come on, Marge. Let's go.
Don't give up, children. Sometimes you have to look at hundreds of places. Remember, faint heart near one fine apartment. Love that bug. Hello, Peavy.
Well, hello, Mr. Gildersleeve. What can I do for you this afternoon?
Well, you can give me a Coke, Peavy, with just a sprinkling of ice.
All right. You seem to be in pretty good spirits this afternoon.
You said it. Things are looking up, Peavy.
That's rather surprising. I heard you had a little set-to with Marjorie and Bronco about where they were going to live.
No, there's nothing at all. It was simply a quiet family discussion.
No?
I feel that when a young couple gets married, they should make their own choice in such matters. Of course, if they want to live in the bride's home, that's perfectly all right, too. Don't you think so, Peavy?
I don't know. I never tried it.
So didn't Mrs. Peavy want you to live at her house when you were first married?
Yes, she did.
Well?
It was quite a strange thing. The day before we were to move in with her folks, a cat got under the house, and we had to find another place.
A cat?
A polecat.
Polecat, eh? What an odd coincidence.
Yes. I had to bury my clothes, but it was worth it.
Peavy?
Of course, that was a long time ago.
Yes. Well, it's not easy to see your little girl move out, Peavy. By George, I'm keeping strictly hands off.
Say, isn't that Bronco's car going down the street?
What?
Had Marjorie with him.
But they're going to look for an apartment. Which way did they go, Peavy?
They went that way.
Over. See you later, hop along, Peavy. This must be where they stopped. That's Bronco's car. Darned apartment houses. A dozen doors down the hall. Wonder which one they went in. Nobody's there. Sounds hollow. The guy could get into trouble this way. I'll try this one.
The water meters are in the basement, Commissioner.
Fresh housewife. I'll try this one. Madam, I'm not reading. Marjorie!
Unky, how'd you get here?
Oh, just happened to be going by. Saw Bronco's car. Find an apartment, did you?
Yes, we found one, Unky.
You have?
Come on in. It's adorable.
It is?
Uh-huh. Bronco's over with the manager signing the lease.
Oh.
Isn't it pretty, Uncle Mort? Look at the view.
Yeah, nice view.
Aren't you happy, Unky?
Sure, I'm very happy. I think this will be very nice for you children.
Oh, I think I'll like it.
Of course you'll like it. After a while, it'll be home to you.
I guess so.
Well, think I better go, Marjorie. Nothing more I can do.
Oh, Unky.
Well.
Oh, here's Bronco.
Hello, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Well, Bronco, congratulations.
No congratulations, Mr. Gildersleeve. I'm angry.
What's the matter?
Mr. Gildersleeve, can Marge and I have the apartment at your house if I pay rent for it?
What? Why, sure.
Well, what happened, Bronco?
That manager. He gave me the lease to sign, and I read it. And you know what it said down in the fine print? No children allowed in this building. I threw it right in his face.
No children?
Good for you, Bronco. By George, there's no rule against children at my house. Come on, children, let's go home. Yeah.
The Great Gildersleeve will be right back. Once again, here's how you send for Gildy's Blade, the unique knife spatula that's 2 fine kitchen knives and an all-purpose kitchen spatula all in one. Send 50 cents, the label or wrapper from a loaf of bread, and the red end flap of a package of parquet margarine to Kraft Foods Company, Box 5939, Chicago 77. That's Box 5939, Chicago 77. Don't miss this bargain. Act at once. Send for Gildy's Blade tomorrow.
Lovely racket. Good old Uncle Charlie. Upstairs working on the apartment.
Yes, sir, this house is a regular beehive.
I love it, too, Bertie. George, there's nothing like having all the family together. Yes, indeed. Well, guess I'll go in the den and relax before dinner.
You can't go in the den. Leroy's moving all his stuff in there.
Oh? Well, go upstairs to my room.
Can't use your room, Mr. Gildersleeve. Uncle Charlie's got his machinery in there.
Machinery, huh? All right, I'll use the living room couch.
Miss Marjorie's got all her clothes spread out on the couch.
Bertie, what's in the basement?
Laundry.
Oh, well, guess I'll go out and sit in the car. But it's nice to have the family all together. Huh, Bertie? Good night, folks.
The Great Gildersleeve is played by Harold Perry. The show was written by Paul West, John Elliott, and Andy White, with music by Jack Beacon. Included in the cast are Walter Tetley, Lillian Randolph, Earl Ross, and Dick LeGrand. This is Jay Stewart saying goodnight for the Kraft Foods Company, makers of the famous line of Kraft quality food products. Be sure to listen in next Wednesday and every Wednesday for the further adventures of the Great Gildersleeve.
Here's a taste test that counts. Try any meat without mustard. Then add a golden dab of Kraft prepared mustard to your next bite. Taste the difference. There are 2 kinds of Kraft mustard, you know. Salad mustard, delicately spiced for those who like their mustard mild, or Kraft prepared mustard with snappy horseradish added. Have both on hand. For remember this, when you add a little mustard, you add a lot of tang. Get Kraft prepared mustard.
Have you heard the new Break the Bank? It's next on NBC.
The Kraft Foods Company, makers of Kraft quality foods, presents Harold Perry as the Great Gildersleeve. Tonight is our last chance to tell you about Gildy's Blade, the amazing knife spatula that you can get through Parquet Margarine at a sensational saving. Full details in our next announcement, so have paper and pencil ready. It's a tremendous bargain, brought to you by the margarine that always tastes so good, because it's always fresh. That's Parkay, Parquet Margarine, made by Kraft. Well, the great Gildersleeve is a busy man, but he's never too busy to give advice to little Leroy, whether he asks for it or not. Today, Leroy's asking for it.
Hey, Unc, you got a minute?
Well, I have to get to the office, Leroy.
But I want to ask you about a business deal.
Business deal?
And you're a sharp businessman.
Well, yes. What an intelligent little fellow. What's on your mind, Leroy?
Buzz Callahan down the street wants me to take over his paper route. He'll give me half the profits.
Half the profits?
Sure. All I have to do is fold the papers and deliver them to the people.
And what does Buzz Callahan do?
He handles the details.
Details on a paper route? Oh, my goodness. You do need advice. Leroy, you don't want that job.
I don't?
Of course not. Buzz Callahan sits back and collects the money while you run your legs off. Use your head, Leroy, not your feet.
Oh, gosh, I'm just a little kid. My head isn't grown up yet.
Your head is just as good as anybody's. Don't forget, Leroy, you're my nephew.
Yeah.
The men of our family have always done well. We've been leaders, captains of industry. I use my head every day. How do you suppose I got to be water commissioner?
Political pull?
No, Leroy. It's because I did an efficient job. I proved I was capable of running the department. I knew how to get somebody else to do the work. I've got Bessie at the office, Charlie Anderson at the reservoir, and the meter reader. They all work for the water commissioner.
Yeah, but that's not helping me. I need some dough.
Well, you have your allowance, my boy.
Yeah, but it don't stretch far enough anymore. One movie and a couple of bubble gums and I'm busted.
Well, I'll tell you what I'll do then. Rather than see you working for Buzz Callahan, I'll give you 50 cents a week to mow the lawn.
50 cents a week?
You bet. And here it is, in advance.
Oh, boy, thanks, Unc. I'm going right out and start mowing.
Now, wait a minute, Leroy.
Huh?
There you go, using your feet again. Haven't you gotten anything out of our little talk?
Sure. 50 cents.
Naturally, Leroy. But if you're going to use your head and be a businessman, you'd offer Buzz Callahan a quarter to mow the lawn and keep a quarter for yourself.
Say, that's a keen idea. Gee, you're smart, Unc.
Well,
I bet there's nothing that you don't know.
now, Leroy, there's probably a lot of things I don't know. Of course, I can't think of them right at the moment. Good morning, Bessie.
Good morning, Mr. Gildersleeve.
How's the water department?
Oh, it's running.
Good. That's a tribute to good management, Bessie.
It is?
You bet. I can stop, but the water keeps running. And I think I'll stop for a while. Now, let's see what we have to do. Bessie, what's on the calendar for today?
April 12th.
What?
And a quarter moon.
A quarter. Oh, my goodness. Bessie, I mean, do I have any appointments? Has anybody called?
Well, the phone was ringing when I came from the malt shop this morning.
Malt shop. Who was it, Bessie?
So I ran down the hall, and when I got to the door, it was locked, and the phone kept ringing, and I couldn't find my keys in my purse, and the phone rang and rang.
Hurry, Bessie, hurry.
Yes, sir. Well, I finally found my keys, and I got the door open, and I rushed inside while the phone kept ringing and ringing.
Bessie, who was it?
I don't know. They hung up.
Oh.
And then the phone rang again.
Bessie, I can't go through another phone call.
But this was Judge Hooker.
Oh, the judge?
Yes, he said to tell you he'd be by your house this evening. He said he wanted some advice.
Advice? Well, that's the second time this morning I've been asked for advice. It isn't even 10 o'clock yet.
Mr. Gildersleeve, will you give me some advice?
Of course, Bessie. What do you want to know?
Mr. Gildersleeve, every time I go to the malt shop, a tall, handsome man winks at me.
Oh? Well, what's your problem?
Should I wink back?
My advice, Bessie, is strictly about business.
Well, he winks at me during business hours.
What a secretary. What a wonderful time of day. Between sunset and dusk. So quiet. Not a human sound to break the silence.
Gildy!
Oop. Still not a human sound. What the old goat wants. Hello, Judge.
Evening, Gildy. Can I have a little talk with you before dinner?
Of course, Horace. Come on in the house.
Thank you.
There you are.
Mr. Gildersleeve,
Yes, Bertie?
you got to get rid of that old goat.
Bertie, he's here.
Well,
You got to get rid of that old goat Leroy brought home.
Oh, Leroy's old goat. What's this?
Evening, Judge.
evening, Bertie. What about Leroy and a goat?
That's what he's got, a goat. That's just what he's got.
Oh, where did Leroy get a goat?
I don't know where he got it, but I know where it's got to go.
Now, Bertie, don't get excited.
Mr. Gildersleeve, he ate every flower in the pansy bed.
What, Bertie?
And you ought to see my clothesline. That goat's got to go.
Did he eat the clothesline too, Bertie?
No, sir, he didn't eat the clothesline.
Well, good.
He ate your socks off the clothesline.
Watch it, Judge.
That goat's into everything. That's the nosiest old goat I ever saw. That goat's got to go.
All right, Bertie.
Mr. Gildersleeve, you know what that goat's got to do?
Yes, Bertie.
That's right, that goat's got to go.
I gotta go, too. I'll be back in a minute, Judge. Leroy! Are you in there, Leroy?
Yeah, come on in.
Leroy, Bertie tells me you brought home a goat.
Yeah, keen, huh?
Young man, that goat's gotta go.
What on?
I know how you like animals, my boy, but this is going too far. He's already trampled our pansy bed and eaten my socks off the clothesline.
Just your old green ones, Unc. Maybe he thought they were big leaves.
You ever heard of Argyle leaves, Leroy? Now, you'll have to take that goat back where you got him, you understand?
Okay. Gosh, and he's my first big business deal.
Business deal?
Sure, Unc. Remember you told me to use my head and hire Buzz Callahan to mow the lawn for half of what you pay me?
Well, yes.
Buzz wouldn't do it, so I bought a goat to eat the grass.
Eat the grass?
Sure. We're both businessmen, Unc. You got Bessie and Uncle Charlie and the meter reader working for you, and I got the goat working for me.
But, Leroy, a goat won't eat all that grass.
She will when he finishes the pansies.
Yep. Leroy, how much did you pay for that goat?
$3 on the installment plan.
Only $3 for a whole goat?
Yeah. For some reason, the man didn't want him around anymore.
Yeah. I can understand that.
Yeah. You're paying me 50 cents a week to cut the grass, and I pay the man a quarter a week for the goat. I clear a quarter, and the goat does all the work.
Say, that's pretty shrewd thinking at that.
But you deserve the credit, Unc.
I do.
You told me how to be a businessman.
Yeah, I guess I did.
So I can keep the goat, huh, Unc? I'm just a little kid.
Well, what's wrong with a little kid having a goat? Don't worry, I'll take care of it, my boy. Yes, sir. By George, that boy has a head on his shoulders. Imagine buying a goat for only $3 on the installment plan and no carrying charges. He's going to grow up to be just as smart as his old uncle.
Well, what's the verdict, Gildy?
Huh? Well, Bertie got all upset about nothing, Horace. Leroy explained the whole thing to me. It's entirely possible that goat was a very shrewd investment.
You mean you're going to keep the animal?
Yes, indeed. Come on out in the backyard, Judge. Let's have a look at him, huh?
But, Gildy, why do you want a goat around the house?
He's going to mow the lawn, Judge.
Mow the lawn? A goat?
Certainly. He'll eat the grass. Little Leroy's idea.
I see.
Yeah, quite a boy. He's developing a great head for business. I'm helping him, of course. After you, Judge.
Thank you. I thought Bertie said the goat had to go.
Bertie will get used to him. After he eats the grass, maybe he'll eat the tin cans. Then Bertie won't have to carry him out on Tuesdays.
Goats do not eat tin cans, Gildy. That's a fallacy. They just like the paper labels and the mucilage.
Well, you ought to know.
Yeah.
Just kidding. Wonder where he is. Oh, there he is, looking at us from behind the apple tree.
Yeah. Gildy, if you don't mind, I think I'll wait on the porch.
Oh, Fred. All right, Judge. I'm going to get acquainted with him. Hello, goat. Wonder what his name is. Probably Billy. Hello, Billy. Yeah, it is Billy, all right. Pretty sociable little goat. Coming out from behind the tree.
He has nice horns, Gildy.
Huh? Yeah. Now, let's not get too friendly, Billy. Wonder why he's twitching his tail. Goat, don't look at me like that. Don't lower your head now. Now, Goat, Billy, you wouldn't want to butt me. I live here. I'm Leroy's uncle.
You take my advice, Gildy. You run for it.
Well, maybe if I just back up slowly. Oh, brother, he's coming. I better run for it. Open the door, Judge.
It's open.
Please, I made it.
He's going to hit the door, Gildy.
Split the door right down the middle. That goat's got to go. And you too, Judge.
The great Gildersleeve will be with us again in just a minute. Now, here's our last chance to tell you about Gildy's Blade, the amazing knife spatula Parquet Margarine is offering you at a tremendous saving. Thousands of orders have already been received for this unique bargain. The supply is limited, so listen once more to the exciting details, then act promptly. Gildy's Blade is a sensational new idea. It combines for the first time the three things you need most in kitchen cutlery: a fine knife for slicing, a fine knife for cutting, a fine kitchen spatula, all in one handle. Yes, Gildy's Blade is a 7-inch blade of mirror-finished spring steel set in an imported rosewood handle. One side of the blade has a lifetime serrated edge. It's a superb slicer for bread, cake, fruits, vegetables. The other side has a hand-honed, razor-keen straight edge for all kinds of cutting. And the blade itself is spatula-shaped. You slice, you cut, you turn, you mix, you scrape, all with this one superb implement. Now, you can't buy anything like Gildy's Blade at any store. If you could, it would sell for at least $2. But you can get this amazing knife spatula through Parquet Margarine for only 50 cents, plus the label or wrapper from a loaf of bread and the red end flap of a package of Parquet Margarine. Just mail your $50, your bread label or wrapper, and your Parquet end flap to Kraft Foods Company, Box 5939, Chicago 77, Illinois. That's Kraft Foods Company, Box 5939, Chicago 77, Illinois. Include your own name and address. And don't wait. Get this amazing knife spatula. Send for Gildy's Blade tomorrow. Let's get back to the great Gildersleeve. Yesterday, he was very proud when Leroy made his first business deal, the shrewd purchase of a $3 goat. Today, as our water commissioner wends his way homeward, he doesn't think so much of the deal.
Hard for me to tell little Leroy to get rid of the animal. After all, I told him not to take the paper out. Still, I can't have that goat chasing me every time I leave the house. Someday my luck's going to run out. Well, look at that. Peavy has a new window display. Hot water bottles. Nice. Hello, Peavy.
Well, hello, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Nice window display you have, Peavy.
Well, I didn't know hot water bottles were that interesting.
Well, they are to me. Anything that plugs water, I'm for.
Well, I wouldn't sell a hot water bottle without a plug.
Oh, my goodness.
That was a little witticism, Mr. Gildersleeve. Plug in the hot water bottle?
I get it, Peavy.
What can I do for you this afternoon, Mr. Gildersleeve? Sell you a hot water bottle?
No, Peavy. Just stopped in on my way home. I'm going to get my car and take Catherine out to dinner.
Oh? I thought perhaps you were spending the evening at home with your goat.
What?
The judge was in.
Oh, yes, the judge. Well, it's not my goat, Peavy. It's Leroy's. It's becoming a real problem.
You don't say.
Every time I set foot out of the house, he chases me.
My. Has he caught you yet?
He's not going to either. He doesn't bother Leroy, nor Marjorie, nor Bertie. I can't understand why he goes after me.
Well, perhaps he considers you a better target.
Yep. Peavy.
Just an observation, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Well, something has got to be done about the creature.
When I was a boy, I had a goat, and I don't mind saying he had a lot of good qualities.
Really? Say, Peavy, I'll bet you'd like to buy this goat.
Well, no, I wouldn't say that.
Cheap? Free? Peavy, if I were to give him to you free, what would you say?
Nah.
Ooh.
You leaving, Mr. Gildersleeve?
Yes, Bertie. I'm taking Miss Milford to dinner this evening. There'll be just you and Marjorie and Leroy.
Yeah, me and Marjorie and Leroy and that no good goat.
Well, don't you worry about him, Bertie.
You know where I found him sleeping this morning, Mr. Gildersleeve?
I'm afraid to ask.
Up in Leroy's old pigeon roost.
What?
He climbs like a cat and he'll sleep any place. He's a no-good goat.
Well, he's no friend of mine, Bertie.
No, sir. There's good goats and there's bad goats. He's a bad goat.
That's right, Bertie, but I've got to go now.
You going out through the backyard?
Yeah.
You want me to go with you?
No, I guess I'll make it all right. Thank you, Bertie. Thank you very much. See you later. There. Now, if I can just make it to the car without attracting that goat's attention. He doesn't seem to be around any place. So far, so good.
Hey, Uncle!
Leroy!
Have you seen Billy?
No, and he hasn't seen me.
Gosh, I can't find him.
Well, good.
I wonder if he jumped the fence and ran away.
He might have. You know how goats are, Leroy. Here today and gone tomorrow, thank goodness.
But, Unc, he's my business investment. I've still got to pay for him.
Well, my boy, if he's disappeared, I'll pay for it, gladly.
No kidding?
Absolutely, my boy.
Okay, he's disappeared.
All right, here's your $3. Is that right?
Well, I've been checking the prices on goats, Unc, and they just went up.
Oh, they did.
This one just went up 50 cents.
Yeah. Well, I guess I'm buying a goat on the bull market. Yeah, but it's worth it, my boy. Here's your extra 50 cents.
Thanks, Unc. How am I doing in business?
Yeah, better than I am. Gotta get out of here while I've got enough money left to take Catherine to dinner. Leroy, who left his car door open?
I guess I did. Remember last night when you made a run for the back porch? I had to go out and turn off the ignition.
Oh, yes. Well, goodbye, my boy.
Bye.
Wonder where that darn goat went to. Where would I go if I were a goat? Nah, he wouldn't go there. Well, he's gone. That's all that matters. Yeah, nice little place Catherine and her mother have here. Katie, beautiful Katie. Here she comes. You're the only girl that I adore.
Oh, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Oop, her mother. Well, good evening, Mrs. Milford.
My, you have such a rich voice.
Oh, well, thank you.
You're all nan, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Is Catherine ready?
Hello, Throckmorton.
Here she is. She's been primping for you.
Oh, Mother.
Well, nice primping, too. You look stunning, Catherine.
Doesn't Mr. Gildersleeve say the nicest things? He sang to me.
Oh.
We better be going, huh? Ta-ta, Mrs. Milford.
Ta-ta.
Bye, Mother.
Nice old soul, your mother.
Mm-hmm. She's one of your staunchest admirers.
Mm.
Nice of you to take me out to dinner, Throckmorton.
Well, I'm ready for it. Climb in, Katie. Yeah, I've had a hectic day.
You have?
Yeah, we've had a goat on our hands.
A goat?
Mm-hmm.
Did somebody turn it in on a water bill?
No. Leroy brought him home, but at last we're rid of him.
Oh. What did you do with him?
I didn't have to do anything. He just disappeared.
I suppose little Leroy's broken-hearted.
Not Leroy. He made money off the creature hand over fist.
Well, he'll probably come back.
Nah. That goat's miles away by this time. You know, goats are supposed to be so smart. Well, this one didn't fool me. I had his number right from the very beginning.
Heavens! What's that?
Oh, Billy! He was sleeping in the back seat. Oh, for goodness sake, a stowaway goat. I'm sorry, Catherine. I'll have to take him back home and pick you up later.
Yes, I guess you'd better.
Confounded animal. This time Leroy has got to get rid of him. Stop breathing down the back of my neck.
Billy, I gotta get rid of you. Uncle Mort's orders. You can't stop and nibble on every lawn we pass. Come on, will you?
Is that you, Leroy?
Oh, hello, Mrs. Milford.
Where are you going with that goat?
I don't know. I'm trying to get rid of him. Unc says he never wants to see him again. I can't understand it.
My, he's a nice little fellow.
Yeah, but I can't find anybody who wants him. I've been all over the neighborhood.
It's getting awfully late, Leroy. Don't you think you should go home?
I don't dare go home till I find somebody to take Billy.
Oh, you poor boy. How much do you want for him?
You wouldn't want him, Mrs. Milford.
Well, I was just thinking I could send him out to my brother's farm.
Hey, that'd be keen. He'd like a farm.
How much did you pay for the goat?
$3.
Will you take $3 for him?
Again? Yeah, sure.
Bring him in the yard and I'll get my purse.
Oh, boy, another $3. I should have been in business long ago.
We'll close the gate so he can't get out.
This is awfully nice of you, Mrs. Milford. Uncle will appreciate it.
I'm glad to do it. I like to do nice things for Mr. Gildersleeve.
It's been a lovely evening, Throckmorton.
Yeah. Too lovely to break up this early, Catherine.
Oh, I have to be at the hospital in the morning.
Darn hospital. Care to swing on the porch a while?
Oh, it's so dark out here.
Well, there's only a quarter moon, and that's behind the house. Great night for swinging.
Well, we might sit in the swing a minute.
Good. What are you laughing at?
I was just thinking about you and that goat.
Him.
I think he just liked to tease you.
Well, he wasn't a bad goat. It was good business experience for Leroy.
Yes, I suppose.
Sure. Bringing up a boy these days, a person has to make a few little sacrifices. But I feel that I came out ahead all the way around.
Certainly is dark out here.
Mm-hmm.
I can hardly see you.
Oh? Well, I'll move a little closer so you won't lose me.
That's close enough. I can see you now.
Nice. There's your mother at the piano. Oh, nice left hand.
Mm-hmm. Drink to me only with thine eyes. One of my favorites.
Yeah, mine too. Drink to me only with thine eyes, and I will pledge with mine. Or leave a kiss within the cup, and I'll not ask for wine. The thirst that from the soul doth rise doth ask a drink divine. But might I of Jove's nectar sup, I would. Catherine, did I hear a goat? I did.
I see him. He's lying right there on the porch.
Oh, how did he get over here?
He's getting up, Throckmorton.
So am I. Good night, Catherine.
Don't run, Throckmorton.
Don't run, she says. See you later.
Look out, Throckmorton.
If I can just make it to the gate. I didn't make it. Flat on my face.
Throckmorton, did he knock you down?
No, I always go home this way. What a man goes through to raise a boy these days. Leroy.
We'll hear from Gildy again very shortly. Final instructions. To get Gildy's Blade Amazing Knife Spatula, just send 50 cents, the label or wrapper from any loaf of bread, and the red end flap of a package of Parquet margarine to Kraft Foods Company, Box 5939, Chicago 77, Illinois. That's Kraft Foods Company, Box 5939, Chicago 77, Illinois. Our supply of Gildy's Blades is limited. Get your order in tomorrow.
What you doing?
I'm lying on the couch, resting.
Why are you lying on your stomach?
Never mind.
Gee, I sure made money on that goat. Got any more business ideas, Unc?
Yes, my boy. You go back to Buzz Callahan and tell him you'll take that paper out.
But, Unc, that's working with my feet again. You said I should work with my head.
Leroy, from now on, you work with your feet. It's much safer for me.
The Great Gildersleeve is played by Harold Perry. The show was written by Paul West, John Elliott, and Andy White, with music by Jack Meakin. Included in the cast are Walter Tetley, Lillian Randolph, Kathy Lewis, Gloria Holliday, Earl Ross, and Dick LeGrand. This is Jay Stewart saying goodnight for the Kraft Foods Company, makers of the famous line of Kraft quality food products. Be sure to listen in next Wednesday and every Wednesday for the further adventures of the Great Gildersleeve.
And don't forget to send for one of those Gildy's Blades. They're really practical, folks, really useful. And what a bargain at the price Parquet is asking. I want every friend, that is every lady friend, of mine to have one. So get that little Billy Doo off to the Kraft Foods Company tomorrow. You'll be glad you did. Good night, folks.
Want to put magic in leftover meals? Then have plenty of Kraft prepared mustard on hand. Mustard makes hidden flavors pop right out of leftover meats, adds new life to salad or egg dishes. You can get two kinds of Kraft prepared mustard, you know. Salad mustard, mild, delicately spiced, or Kraft mustard with snappy horseradish added. Have both on hand. For when you add a little mustard, you add a lot of tang. Get Kraft prepared mustard.
Next, join the excitement of Break the Bank on NBC.
The Kraft Foods Company, makers of Kraft quality foods, presents Harold Perry as the Great Gildersleeve. Great Gildersleeve is brought to you by the Kraft Foods Company, makers of the wonderful new Kraft Deluxe slices everybody's talking about. Have you discovered this marvelous new way to buy cheese in slices at your food store? Kraft Deluxe slices are different from any sliced cheese you've ever had in your life before. They're perfect slices, cut, wrapped, and sealed by Kraft. A little later on, I'll tell you all about the amazing new Kraft Deluxe slices. Well, 3 weeks from today, the great Gildersleeve's niece, Marjorie, is to be married. And things are beginning to move at a fast tempo around the water commissioner's house.
By George, I love a wedding.
Miss Gildersleeve!
Yes, Bertie?
Are you home?
Am I home? No, Bertie, I'm still at the office.
Well, when you get home, there's something... There, you here. Mr. Gildersleeve, are you spoofing me?
Yeah. What is it, Bertie?
The wedding invitations just came.
Oh, they did?
Yes, here they are, all engraved.
Well, good.
And here's the bill.
Let's see. Oop. It must be engraved in solid gold.
Yes, sir.
Well, let's open them up, huh?
Hey, what'd that guy bring, Unc?
Marjorie's wedding invitations, Leroy.
Yeah, let me see them. How many are there?
Well, we ordered about 200.
Yes, sir. Everybody in Summerfield wants to see Miss Marjorie married.
200? Gosh, they'll have to put bleachers in the church.
Well, everyone we send invitations to isn't supposed to attend the wedding, Leroy. They're just supposed to send presents.
Mr. Gildersleeve's gonna get his money back somehow.
That's right, Bertie.
Let me see what the invitation says.
Don't handle them, Leroy. We don't want strawberry jam all over them.
Okay.
Feel that engraving. It says, Mr. Throckmorton P. Gildersleeve, that's me, requests the honor of your presence at the marriage of his niece, Marjorie.
That's Marge.
To Mr. Walter J. Thompson.
That's Bronco.
Yes. On Wednesday, the 10th of May.
What's going on, Unky?
Your wedding invitation just arrived, my dear.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, you're going to get married May 10th.
I know, Leroy.
Gosh, just think, Marge, in 3 weeks you'll be a ball and chain.
Leroy?
Here comes the bride, fair, fat, and wide.
Oh, stop it, Leroy.
See how she waddles from side to side.
Yeah, don't you worry, my dear. You won't waddle going down the aisle. I wonder if I will.
Bronco will be here in a minute. I can't wait for him to see the invitations. They look terribly expensive, Unky.
Hey, why does the bride have to pay for everything?
Oh, very elementary, my boy. If the groom had to pay, he wouldn't have enough left to start housekeeping.
You know, I'm afraid this is just the beginning, Uncle Mort.
Oh?
There'll have to be a cake and things for the reception.
Well, I've been putting a little aside for that.
Oh, then there'll be the flowers for the church.
Yeah, we need plenty of flowers.
And an organist and a soloist.
Say, why don't I save some money and sing the solo myself? I could run around behind the church in time to take you down the aisle.
Sure, you could use my bicycle.
Yeah.
Oh, Unky.
All right, I just hope my money holds out.
Oh, and that isn't all, Uncle Mort.
There's more?
Well, we have to furnish dresses for the bridesmaids.
Zeke. I wonder if I'm eligible for the Marshall Plan. Well, at least we won't have to buy your wedding dress.
Unky,
Huh?
are you sure Mother's dress is here?
No, it must be.
Well, Bertie and I have searched the attic, and if it's here, it must be in that old trunk of yours.
Yeah, I guess so. Come on, Marjorie, let's go up and find it, huh?
Oh, that must be Bronco. I can't go now, Unky.
Why not? Bring Bronco along. He can move the trunk.
Uncle Mort, the groom can't see the bride's dress before the wedding.
Oh?
Oh, for corn's sake, the groom doesn't do nothing. He doesn't pay for nothing. He don't even have to look at nothing. Is this the trunk, Unc?
That's it, Leroy. Now, if I can just squeeze past Aunt Hattie's dress form. Pardon me, Aunt Hattie. Made it. She's getting bigger every year.
Where's the key, Unc?
I've got it. hinges are kind of rusty. Sounds just like Judge Hooker getting up off the bench.
I'll lift the tray out, Unc.
All right, my boy. More.
Hey, what's this tied with a blue ribbon? One of Marge's curls?
Oh, no, that's not quite the right color. I imagine it's yours.
Mine? That sissy curl?
Of course. You're a very cute little boy, Leroy. Here's a note pinned to it.
Yeah?
Throckmorton's curl at age 5.
Guess you were pretty cute, too, Unc.
Never mind, Leroy. Let's look for the wedding dress.
What color is it, Unc?
White and lacy. Let's see. Boxes. My old fur mittens. A comic Valentine. Look at that, Leroy. Well, I guess it's not in this trunk. Oh, here's a picture of your mother wearing the dress, though.
Yeah?
Yeah. This was taken on her wedding day. My little sister.
Gosh, she's pretty.
Yeah. And Marjorie's just like her. What's this? Oh, a letter she wrote when she sent me the picture. Look at that postmark. June 17th, 1929.
1929? Gosh, I wasn't even born yet.
Yep. That's right, Leroy. Let's see what the letter says.
She wrote better than me and Marge, didn't she?
Yeah, beautiful hand. Dear Throckmorton, I thought you'd like to have a picture of your sister on the happiest day of her life.
Marge feels the same way. Why does everybody feel so happy when they get married?
Now, Leroy, I'm reading your mother's letter.
Oh, sure.
I suppose we won't see each other for a long, long time. But I keep telling myself our family isn't breaking up. I'm just starting a new one. Charles and I want 2 boys and 2 girls. Well, she had 1 boy and 1 girl. You and Marjorie, Leroy.
Yeah.
Let's see what else she says. It'll be the joy of my life to watch my children grow up and see them as happily married as I am.
Gosh, did Mother say that?
Yeah, she did.
What's the matter, Unc?
Nothing, my boy.
Look, Marge, I've got our honeymoon trip all figured out. I drew a map on this piece of paper.
Yellowstone Park, Grand Canyon, a package of cheese.
No, Marge. No, that part is Mother's grocery list. The map is down below.
Oh, Bronco.
Yeah. I can't wait until May 10th.
Marjorie!
In the living room, Unky. Oh, Bronco, you'll have to go. Uncle Mort's coming with my wedding dress.
Gee, the groom sure gets pushed around.
Just a minute, Unky. Bronco isn't supposed to see it.
Oh, hello, Bronco.
Hello, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Marjorie, I couldn't find your mother's dress.
It wasn't in your trunk?
No, Leroy and I searched everywhere.
Oh.
It's too bad, Marge.
Yeah. Look, Bronco. Marjorie would look just like this.
Is this a picture of her mother?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that a beautiful dress, Bronco? Why, it looks almost exactly like one I saw at Hogan Brothers.
You saw a dress like this, my dear?
Well, yes, in the Oval Room, Unky.
Oval Room? Guess I haven't been there. The only rooms I've been in at Hogan Brothers were square.
Oh, very funny, Mr. Gildersleeve.
He's going to be a fine son-in-law.
It had a neckline like this with little puff sleeves, and it was all white satin and chantilly lace, just like this picture.
Well, good. I'll go right down and get it.
Oh, no, Unky, I wouldn't let you do that.
Why not? If we can't find your mother's dress, we'll get the nearest thing to it.
But, Unky, this is a very expensive dress.
Oh?
Marge is right. You've got to start watching expenses, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Well, I'm going to start right after the wedding.
Poor Unky.
Yeah, I've been figuring out what this wedding is costing you, Mr. Gildersleeve. I was lying awake the other night worrying about it.
You were?
I said to myself, Mr. Gildersleeve's furnishing the flowers, buying invitations, paying for music, giving a reception.
Well, yes.
And what are my parents furnishing? Me.
Well, what more could any girl want?
Oh, Marge.
Well, if you two will excuse me, I have to get downtown. I've got some things to do.
Unky,
Yes, my dear?
you're not going down and look at that wedding dress, are you?
Me? No.
If I have to buy one, I'll get something inexpensive. After all, I'll only be wearing it once.
Well, walking down that aisle is a pretty important occasion. Isn't it, Bronco?
Yes, sir. I can't wait until May 10th.
See you later, infant. Nothing but women around here. Must be getting close to the Oval Room. For some reason, I don't feel very comfortable in this end of the store. Hope nobody sees me.
Gildy!
Judge Hooker. Judge, what are you doing up here among the wedding gowns? Pretty dangerous for an eligible bachelor like you.
Not as dangerous for me as it is for you, Gildy. You're a fatter catch than I am.
Old goat, stop cackling, Horace. Everybody's looking at you.
As a matter of fact, I was cutting through to the 3/4 length socks. What are you doing here, Gildy?
Well, I'm down here to buy a wedding dress for Marjorie, Judge. Why don't you come along?
What's the matter? Afraid to walk into the Oval Room alone?
Well, there are a lot of women in there.
Very well, I'll accompany you. Beautiful room, isn't it?
Yeah. Quiet, too.
Thick carpets.
Yeah. Can hardly see my shoe tops.
Say, Gildy, look over there.
You look over there, Judge. I'm looking over here.
What?
Models.
My, is that a wedding gown?
I think so, but let's keep moving, huh?
Are you gentlemen interested in wedding gowns?
Yes, indeed, miss. At least my niece is.
Oh, well, do you like the one being modeled?
That blonde wedding gown? I mean...
Gildy, whatever happened to Marjorie's mother's wedding dress?
We can't find it, Judge, but I'm here to get one just like it. Miss.
Yes?
You have a dress here that my niece rather liked.
Oh, can you describe it?
And well, it's white satin, has a neckline sort of like this, and little puffy sleeves, and there's a lot of chantilly lace.
Chantilly lace. There's nothing like the fragile gossamer beauty of chantilly lace. Like a fleecy cloud hovering around the bride.
Oh, brother. All right, Judge, come out of the clouds. You know the one I have in mind, miss?
I'm sure I do. It's quite expensive.
It is?
Gildy, aren't you going overboard on Marjorie's wedding?
Well, Horace, it's taken about all I've saved for a rainy day, but what the heck? Let's spend it for a sunny day.
That's a nice attitude, Gildy.
Of course, I'll have to cut down on cigars and lunches for a little while. But at a time like this, what's another $50 for a wedding dress?
Here's the dress. Isn't it lovely?
Oh, that's it, all right. Nice long train.
Beautiful.
It's $135.
100 and Zeke?
No, $135.
He heard you, miss.
Uncle Mort.
Yeah, Marjorie.
Well, hello, Marjorie.
Hello, Judge. Uncle Mort, I thought I'd find you here.
Yeah.
Uncle, you've spent too much money already. I forbid you to buy that dress.
Well, I had no idea it was that expensive.
May I show you something else?
No, thanks, miss. We're just cutting through to the 3/4 length socks. I hope they're out of them. See you later, Marjorie. Come along, Judge.
The Great Gildersleeve will be right back, folks. Ladies, right now in your grocer's dairy case, there's a wonderful surprise package for you. It's a neat square package that looks as though it holds a solid square of cheese. But this amazing package holds 8 big sandwich-sized slices of delicious, pasteurized processed cheese. They're the wonderful Kraft Deluxe slices, cut, wrapped, and sealed by Kraft. Yes, right after this fine processed cheese is pasteurized, it's cut into generous slices by a marvelous new Kraft invention. Then these slices are wrapped, 8 to each neat half-pound package, and sealed. That's right, sealed by Kraft. You can be sure each Kraft Deluxe cheese slice is clean and sanitary. You can be sure each Kraft Deluxe slice is perfect, too. No slivers or broken pieces, but each big slice a golden square of wonderful eating. With Kraft Deluxe slices handy, you can fix tempting snacks and sandwiches or even a fancy cheese tray easier and more quickly than ever before. And whatever you make with Kraft Deluxe Slices will be extra delicious because this cheese is so rich and mellow tasting. You can get Kraft Deluxe Slices in 4 favorite Kraft kinds: Kraft American, Pimento, Swiss, and Sharp Old English brand. So pick your favorite tomorrow. And when you see amazingly neat packages marked Kraft Deluxe Slices in your grocery's dairy case, remember this. You actually get 8 big, perfect, easy-to-separate slices of cheese. Take a package home and see for yourself. Once you discover convenient, delicious Kraft Deluxe Slices, you'll never buy cheese slices any other way. Well, let's get back to the great Gildersleeve.
Yes, sir. By George, Marjorie's a sensible girl. Not letting me spend $135 I don't have. Still, we have to have a wedding gown. Think I'll buy some cigars and figure out my next... Hello, Peavy.
Hello, Mr. Gildersleeve. What can I do for you today?
You can give me a half dozen cigars, Peavy.
Very well.
And charge them till after the wedding.
How's that?
Kidding, my friend. But I'll have to admit this wedding's getting pretty expensive. Peavy, you've got no idea how expensive a wedding can be.
Well, I should. I married Mrs. Peavy.
Yeah, I know.
And I'm still paying.
What I'm talking about, Peavy, is the expenses before the wedding. It's costing me $500 to give the bride away.
My.
But it's going to be a nice church wedding. We're going to have an organ, a soprano, and everything. We have everything but the wedding dress.
Well, you can't have a church wedding without a dress.
Well, Marjorie planned to wear her mother's, but we can't find it. And guess what one like it costs at the Oval Room, Peavy?
I hate to think.
$135.
You don't say.
Yes, sir. Too steep for me, Peavy. After all, a girl only wears a wedding dress once.
Well, no, I wouldn't say that.
What?
Mrs. Peavy's cousin Ida used hers 6 times. In 5 different states.
Oh, my goodness.
Cousin Ida'd like to travel.
Yeah, I can see that.
By the way, Mr. Gildersleeve, there's no reason why Mrs. Peavy's wedding dress shouldn't be used again. Do you suppose Marjorie'd wear it?
Marjorie?
It's a beautiful dress, and as you say, you've been put to a lot of expense.
Well, I don't know.
I'd consider it quite an honor to have Marjorie wear that dress, and so would Mrs. Peavy.
Well, by George, that's nice of you. I'm sure Marjorie would be honored to wear it.
I'll phone and have Mrs. Peavy get it ready for her.
Fine. You think it'll fit Marjorie?
Well, when Mrs. Peavy and I were married, she was about Marjorie's size. I remember carrying her across the threshold. I got tangled up in the train.
Oh, does the dress have a train, Peavy?
Mr. Gildersleeve, that dress has everything but a bell and a whistle.
Good. I'll pick it up. Marjorie!
Yes, Unky?
I've got a surprise for you.
Oh? What is it?
Well, it's something nice that Mr. and Mrs. Peavy sent you.
A wedding present?
Why don't you open it and see?
All right. Oh, by the way, Unky, I almost forgot. Bronco's mother called.
Mrs. Thompson?
Yes, she's on her way over.
Oh, fine. What's she coming over for?
Well, she didn't say. But please, Unky, when she gets here, don't start an argument.
Marjorie, nobody has to start an argument with Mrs. Thompson.
Well, be nice to her.
All right, I'll be so sweet to her she won't even recognize me.
Well, let's open the box, Unky.
Yeah, here, wait a minute. I'll break the string for you.
I can hardly wait to see what it is.
Well, it's something that'll make you very, very happy.
Oh, somebody's wedding dress.
It's yours, my dear. The Peavies want you to wear it.
Well, that's awfully sweet of the Peavies, Uncle Mort, but I can't wear this.
Why not? Hold it up. You see? It has a train, everything but a bell and a whistle.
But, Unky, it has one of those old-fashioned bustles.
Say, it has, hasn't it? Peavy didn't mention the caboose. We could uncouple that, my dear. Wedding dresses don't grow on trees, you know.
Oh, that's probably Mrs. Thompson. I'll put the dress away.
Unky!
Yeah, I've got it, Bertie. Well, Mother Thompson.
Hello, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Nice to see you. Yes, indeed. Won't you come in?
Thank you.
My, you're looking fine today, Mrs. Thompson. Fit as a fiddle. Bull, that is.
Is that, Mr. Gildersleeve?
I said you're looking fine.
You look, well, too.
Well, thank you. This is quite a surprise seeing you. As they say, if I'd known you were coming, I'd have baked a cake.
Is Marjorie here, Mr. Gildersleeve?
Yes. She's upstairs. She'll be down in a minute. Yes, indeed. It's nice to see you, Mrs. Thompson. What are you doing these days? Keeping busy, are you?
Yes, I'm keeping busy.
Well, good.
Are you keeping busy?
Me? Yes, indeed. I'm the water commissioner, you know.
I know. That's why I wondered.
I wonder what you meant by that.
Oh, hello, Mrs. Thompson.
Hello, Marjorie, my dear. I can't stay. I just dropped by to leave this package for you.
Oh, for me?
Well, Bronco came home and told us how high the wedding expenses are running, and this is something I'd like to do to help out.
Isn't that nice?
I brought you my wedding dress.
Not another one.
What was that, Mr. Gildersleeve?
I said, I'll bet it's a lovely one.
Well, it's very thoughtful of you, Mrs. Thompson.
Don't mention it, my dear. I know that a wedding dress is a very difficult thing to get.
Not around here, it isn't.
Won't you come into the living room and sit down, Mrs. Thompson?
Thank you, my dear. Excuse me, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Right on my corn. I hope that isn't somebody else with a wedding dress. Judge!
Oh, how we danced on the night we were wed.
What's in that package, Jolson?
This is my sister Clarissa's wedding gown for Marjorie.
I knew it. But, Judge...
Now, Gildy, old friend, this is something I want to do for you and Marjorie. I drove over to my sister's house at Atherton, and Clarissa and I spent 3 hours burrowing in the attic.
Yes.
Now, Gildy, I insist.
If...
Since Marjorie couldn't find her mother's dress, I knew she'd like to be married in a dress furnished by an old friend.
How can you refuse a sentimental old goat?
Who is it, Unky?
Hello, Marjorie.
Oh, hello, Judge.
Marjorie, we don't have to let Mrs. Thompson know, but the judge brought you his sister's wedding dress.
But it's beautiful, Marjorie. Eggshell crepe de chine with a forget-me-not bodice and a pettipoint wimple.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, thank you, Judge. Thank you very much.
I guess Marjorie's crying because she's so happy to have a wedding dress.
Bertie!
Yes, sir? I didn't know you was home from the office.
Yes, I've been here about 15 minutes. Bertie, is Marjorie in her room? I noticed her door is closed.
Yes, sir. She's been up there most all day.
She has?
There's a girl with too many wedding gowns on her hands.
You're so right, Bertie.
And none of them hers.
Well, people are trying to be nice.
Yes, sir. But she don't want no second-hand dress, Mr. Gildersleeve.
You're so right, Bertie.
She wants a dress of her own.
I know, Bertie. I'm going up and have a talk with her. Marjorie!
I'm in my room, Unky.
May I come in?
If you like.
Oh, looking out the window, eh? Marjorie, Bertie and I were just talking about the wedding dresses.
What am I going to do, Unky?
Well...
I don't want to offend the Peavies.
No, I know you don't.
And the judge was a dear to drive all the way over to his sister's to borrow her dress.
Yeah?
And I can't refuse Mrs. Thompson.
Yeah, I thought of that. It's not a good idea to offend your mother-in-law. Marjorie.
Yes, Unky.
Why don't you go up in the attic and take one last look for your mother's dress?
But you and Leroy were up there only yesterday.
Well, we could have missed it. I might have looked right at it and never seen it. Run along, my dear. Been up there quite a while.
Hey, I'll give him time to eat. I'm hungry.
Leroy, you're always hungry. We don't eat till all the family is here.
Where's Marge? She's keeping a little kid from getting his vitamins.
She's up in the attic, my boy, looking for her mother's wedding dress.
How can she find it if we couldn't?
Well, maybe she has better eyes than we have.
She must have seen a mouse.
She must have seen something.
Auntie! Oh, Auntie!
Yes, my dear?
Auntie, look what I found.
Well, you found your mother's dress.
What's going on out here?
Bertie, she found the dress. Hold it up to your shoulders, Marjorie.
All right.
Oh.
Oh, it's absolutely the most beautiful wedding dress a girl ever had.
It sure is, Miss Marjorie.
Yeah, that's keen. How did we miss it, Unc?
Yeah, Leroy, let's go wash for dinner.
Okay.
Bertie, dinner'll have to wait. I've got to try it on.
Yes, ma'am. You sure love that dress, don't you?
Oh, yes, Bertie. I love it just as much as if it were Mother's.
Ain't it your mother?
Look, Bertie.
Land alive. Hogan Brothers. $135.
We mustn't let Unky know he forgot to take off the price tag.
We'll hear from the great Gildersleeve again very shortly. For a grand surprise when you're shopping tomorrow, look in your grocer's dairy case for the newest thing in cheese slices. You'll see a neat square package marked Kraft Deluxe Slices. It's such a neat package, you'll be amazed to discover it holds 8 big sandwich-sized slices of cheese. They're Kraft Deluxe Slices, cut, wrapped, and sealed by Kraft right after this fine processed cheese is pasteurized. Every slice is perfect, easy to separate, and protected by Kraft all the way to your kitchen. Tomorrow, get mellow good Kraft Deluxe Slices in your favorite Kraft kind. Kraft American, Pimento, Swiss, and Sharp Old English brand. For quick and easy cheese snacks and sandwiches, you'll be delighted with Kraft Deluxe Slices.
Hello, Peavy.
What can I do for you today, Mr. Gildersleeve?
I brought your wife's dress back, Peavy. Marjorie's very grateful to you both, but she found the wedding dress up in the attic.
Oh, her mother's?
Well, yes, Peavy. One I bought for her mother.
Oh, that's nice. A memory like that's a fine thing at a wedding.
Yeah. Think I'll have some lunch, Peavy.
Yeah, well, would you like the blue plate? 60 cents?
60 cents?
It's the businessman's special.
Yeah, no thanks, Peavy. Just give me a 10-cent sandwich and a glass of water.
Well, what kind of a lunch is that?
The water commissioner's special. Good night, folks.
The Great Gildersleeve is played by Harold Perry. The show was written by Paul West, John Elliott, and Andy White, with music by Jack Meakin. Be sure to listen in next Wednesday and every Wednesday for the further adventures of The Great Gildersleeve.
Here in America, most of us have plenty to say about what's wrong with our economic system, and we have the right and the freedom to say what we think. Certainly our economic system isn't perfect, but let's remember this. It's provided more jobs, shorter working hours, better pay, better homes, more to eat, more downright good living than any other system in the world. By all pulling together, we can make this system work even better for all of us. How? Write for the free booklet, The Miracle of America, which explains what you and I can do. The address, Box 10, Times Square Station, New York City.
Next, join the excitement of Break the Bank on NBC.